Hello, 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 and welcome. We are multitasking for a moment. So, welcome, and I hope you all are having a blessed and wonderful Friday. It is another opportunity for us to sit and have a conversation. It's time for us to be able to experience a lot of things on today. Um, So go out there and share, care, and like, and tell somebody to come on in the room. Tell them to come on in the room and be with us for a little bit as we are preparing to it's Fresh Cut Friday here. And for those of you that have not watched our program before, and for those of you that are coming back, we try to keep some topics or headliners for what we're going to be talking about each day that we talk. Again, we come on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays right now. So we come on to empower you, embrace you, and educate you on certain things. As a certified master life coach, I believe in being able to give people some insights to some things, and being able to just release into the atmosphere of positivity, because we can all say that there's a lot going on in the atmosphere. There's a lot of people out there that are going through missing loved ones at this time of season. Some of us that have seasonal forms of depression, because even though we claim healing over all things, right? There are still some things that you got to be realistic about. There, even though you are healed from it, you have diagnoses, and sometimes they creep up on you. So I will never tell somebody that, hey, I know I'm healed because I am a child of God, but that doesn't mean that I don't have diagnoses of type 2 diabetes. I don't have X, Y, and Z. But what I do is decide that I am going to live the best life that I have according to what God has given me to live with, right? So there's people that go through different transitions during this time of the year because of losses, because of certain things. And so let us be more mindful of that, if you will. Let us be more cautious of the things that can cause other people to feel some kind of way. But every week we try to come back with some things that's just going to empower you, embrace you. I am super excited because so many of you have asked me over and over, so it's fresh cut Friday. So I'm telling you some things that people have asked me or inboxed me before, during, or after the show that they may not want to put on screen, and that's cool with me. So I've had a lot of people ask me the question about, I was previously on every day, every morning at 7 o'clock, and then in 2021 I got sick, and it looks like things fell off. Well, let me be honest with you. In 21 I got COVID, and was on my back for 45 days. One of the things I continued to do up until a certain point was teach my positive self-building class, because I believe in following through with stuff. People, entrepreneurs, make sure that you understand that following through in a process is what makes you be be consistent with people that are watching you from a distance, right? So we want to make sure that people understand being consistent is a plus on any level, right? So in 21 I got COVID, and it caused me to have to take another look at life on certain levels. It caused me to say that I needed to take a break on certain things because I wasn't doing certain things. And it also gave me the opportunity to lay on my back and hear God speak to me directly. And sometimes people get misconstrued when you say shut down or you're cutting off or whatever. You got to take things in perspective, right? You got to look at things from a different level. Sometimes we don't all agree on everything, and if we did, then we would defeat the purpose of why we're all made differently and uniquely. So when that took place for me, it gave me an opportunity to go back and hear God say some things. And so ever since I've been doing motivational speaking as well as coaching, I've always said that that's a time and sense for all of us to go back and do some reevaluation. I think we all have to do reevaluation. Hey, Coach K, she's with me today. The Journey Life Specialist is in the house. Don't y'all mess with me now. That lady's in the house on today. And so when I think about all of the things that he was taking me through at that point, it gave me that opportunity of reevaluation, because anyone that's been in my classes or you've been in my workshops or you've listened to me long enough, you know I talk about self and what self really is. Self is seeing every level form. That means seeing every level forming in you, in your inner, not someone else, but seeing every level form. When we talk about self-building, we talk about self-healing, we talk about all these self words and these self things. We're talking about those places in our life while we're seeing every level of our own inner self form, right? And so during that process, I was able to go back and be able to evaluate what God had spoken to me about elevated, not tolerated, and all of those things that He had allowed me to do. Can I be honest with you? Because it's Fresh Cut Friday, right? We're talking about cutting off some things that we don't need to, that's attached to us. We're also talking about some, positive things. Let's have some fun. It's like, let's have fun Friday, right? And the reason why all of this is going back to a place of you understanding who you are is because if you don't grasp certain things, then it kind of puts you at a place where you are left not figuring out your purpose for what your goal is, right? And so I've shared this with some people, and so I'm gonna share it here today, right? One of the things about when you're saying cutting off things and shutting down things, one of the things is don't ever have fun with what you do. Have fun with being, I like having fun being a life coach. It's one of my, it's amazing. I love being a professional achievement facilitator. I love it because I can be free to be who I am. I can be transparent to what I have to offer other people. And I can do it in such a way that people, places, and things, we all have our faults, but we also have those moments when we need to be able to understand things, right? So a lot of times, as far as being a life coach or certified master life coach and a professional achievement specialist, is that I am able to be who I am. If you are not having fun being who you are, reevaluate yourself. Because I had to let God reevaluate me. God took me back to that place when I was laying on my back, and He said to me, you got to remember what your first love is. What is your first love? And I'm like, wait a minute, Jesus, hold up. After being divorced for 30 some years, God, wait a minute. But He wasn't talking about that. See, it happens with the brain fog when you have COVID. Sometimes you forget some things. Hey, Miss Carrie, thanks for joining me. But sometimes during that process, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, if you don't love what you're doing, then you need to reevaluate it. And sometimes I encourage you through this process of loving the best part of who you are is that evaluation process, that place where you go back and you see some things from a different perspective. Hey, Miss Carrie, love you, my friend. And when I tell you that it is important that we enjoy life at all costs, right? So, in all things, be joyful, be in all things. And people say, well, how is that possible? How can you find joy in the middle of your pains and sorrows? Can I have people in the back that will raise their hand and agree with me? Sometimes you got to go through that storm. Sometimes you got to go through the go through to get to where you got to get to on the other side. Sometimes I look, people have said to me, people that I have been transparent with through this process, they've said, Miss Victoria, I don't know how you do this. I don't know how do you do what you do? Well, first of all, because I have a passion for it. So when you're getting into what you really enjoy, sometimes you get on the other side, because we've said it's been said before, grass is greener on the other side, and all of those cliches things that we say. Again, caution you about using cliches, but sometimes you got to look on the other side. You got to say to yourself, what would it look like? What does it look like? This is how you have fun, y'all. You have to say, what does it look like if I'm on the other side? What is it going to look like when I can jump into the limousine and be taken off to a certain place? What is that going to look like? See, this is the thing. When we're talking about manifestation, we're talking about bringing things to the point of where they come from. See, this, you got to understand that the Bible teaches us manifestation. Is in there. My good friend Michelle B. Hammond and we have this conversation about people's viewpoints on it all the time, because sometimes you got to go deeper in the word to understand the word. See, this is the thing. This is the reason why some of us it has taken us so long to get to the point that we feel comfortable, that we're enjoying who we are, because we have been pulled into a place of sabotage and mindsets. And I'm glad Coach K is with me, because she is the mindset extraordinaire. And that is one of her, that is her avenue. But sometimes we have allowed our minds to be engulfed in one area while we don't even look and hear outside of the box. So this is the thing. If your mentality is to be stagnant, then that's where you're going to be. See, some people don't even understand what it looks like to have fun. Some people don't even know what a fresh cut is. People sent me a message and said, I love the way you got your haircut. Well, baby, if y'all know me, when it's time to do some things, this girl put up in a ponytail in a minute, and we would shellac it down. I don't know, Kay and Miss Carrie, they know back in the day we used to use all this grease. But this is the thing. It's cutting away the deadness, right? Right? When you are in this place that you are trying to release, sometimes you got to go on the other side and say, baby, what is it going to look like? That's how I have my fun. When I get up now, there's some days I can get up now and say, you know what, God, even if, even then, even when, you got to start trying to figure out how to have fun even in your situation, because every situation has a pro and a con, guys. I don't care what you're going through in this season. You got to understand that everything that you go through has a pro and a con. It's up to you how you handle the situation. The most of us are still going through that process where fun looks like a certain way. Baby, I don't care how old you are. I don't care what it takes for you to get to your next level. But all of us at a certain age, Miss Carrie, I'm going to use you for example. I went to Miss Carrie's birthday. I went to Miss Carrie's birthday celebration, and we had a great time. And people were dancing. We was enjoying each other's company, and we would have excitement. And that's what you're supposed to do. You can have wholesome fun and still be saved. You can have real time fun and laughter and still be the person that you are. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It's how you handle the situation. I don't know who I'm talking to on today, but when I tell you, sometimes they've said it for years. The best thing to do is when you're laughing, releases some things in the atmosphere. If Kay was live with me, she would on the show, she would tell you about those things about the mindsets and the brains, because she knows I love to hear her say the word. But at the end of the day, this is the thing. What are you producing that's going to cause you to have fun? Right? God only gives us 24 hours a day, guys. He only gives us 24 hours a day. And in those 24 hours a day, if you spend 22 and a half of those being sad, what do you think the other 2 hours going to do? Let me be honest with you. Don't let that be your story on today. Have a little fun in what you do. Have a little expectations in what you do. See things on a different level. Produce some things in the atmosphere that's going to help you understand greater is the work that you're going to be doing. I don't know about you. I don't know who I'm talking to today. But if I stopped right there and thought about all of the negative things that I could be talking about, one of those things would be, well, woe is me. I want you to be encouraged on today. I don't want you to stay stuck in the mud. I want you to have fun. I want you to cut away the negativity away from you. I want you to see things on a different level. I want you to experience life so that you understand how important every second that you can spend being happy will cost you nothing. The smiles on your faces is priceless. In this season, it's time for us to move, y'all. It's time for us to see things on a greater level. It's in spite of all of the negatives that's happening in the world, in spite of the negative nannies that are around us. It is time for us to say, you know what? In spite of, I'm still going to laugh. In spite of the bill not being paid, I'm still going to be happy. In spite of, even in those moments, you have to find the joy of the Lord that is your strength. Can I be honest with you? There's been some times in these last 2-3 years, I've said, God, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. Okay. Hold up. Wait a minute. How do you expect me to be happy in this dark place? He said, even in your dark place, I'm still with you. So you got to understand that sometimes when you are separated, when you are away from all of the negativity, is when you got to understand the process of being by yourself. Hello. Somebody kind of reach out, give me a high five. You got to understand the process of being by yourself. You got to understand what it really means to shut yourself away from things that are in your head, the shenanigans, the people, places, and things that play in a part in your head. You have to get to a place. The reason why there was times when Jesus said, I'm in the boat, y'all getting on my last nerve, I'm just going to go in here and rest. He was getting away from all of the shenanigans in the atmosphere. He was getting away from the things that was causing him to feel some kind of way. I don't know about you, but when I think of all of the goodness of Jesus and all that he has done for me, my soul has to say, I'm just going to cry on out. Why? You got to understand that in this season, in this time, that sometimes Jesus had to get away from all of the shenanigans that was hanging around him. See, he went down into the boat. Okay, I'm teaching you how to have some fun. Jesus had to separate from all them jokers just so he could have a little peace of mind, a little time to himself. Could it have been a certain way? Could it have caused some things if he wait, okay, let me slow my roll down because I want you to get this. Because of the fact that he understood the process. You got to understand the process, baby. Maybe you should come to a positive self-building course. Maybe you should invite me to one of your events, or we can have a conversation, a workshop. Because, baby, when you understand the process, the 3 S's work for you. The 3 S will embed and build up in you. It will help you understand that being silent sometimes is the best place that you need to be. Somebody better catch that win. Sometimes being silent is the tool that you need. Sometimes separating yourself from everybody else will cause you to get to a place where you understand who you are. Jesus did it, baby. I don't hear all this shenanigans in the atmosphere. Jesus separated himself so he could have some peace. And then he had to come back and say, look, could y'all not chill out for a few minutes? You're going to wake me out of my sleep. You're going to bother me. See, this is how we are. Because we are at peace with being by ourselves, sometimes people want to play on that as a negative. Baby, it's not a negative if you understand the true process of God. See, the thing is, so many times people want everybody to talk about everything. Sometimes you need to do what God said was be quiet. I hear a prayer that was going forth on Monday. You got to understand what season you're working with, what you're working with, baby. I don't know about you, but I'm working with trying to grow myself to a place where God wants me to be. How can you have peace in your storm? Let me tell you how you can have peace in your storm. You can take the negative out of it and find something to laugh about. You can have a moment of understanding, because see, the real thing is do you know who you are? See, if you was in a positive self-building class, if you was attending building positive relationships, you will understand the effectiveness of how you build certain things in a certain way where it builds upon something else. See, some of you, I'm going to say you, some of you will never get it because you're still in that place, that zone of people pleasing. Baby, we ain't got time to people please. We got time to be able to prune off some things. It's a pruning season. It's time to cut away the dead weight in order for you to have the joy that you need in your life. Baby, some of you are looking for self-care on the weekends, get your nails done, get your weave done, get your feet done, and all that. That's cool. You can look good on the outside and still be stinking on the inside. Baby, in order for you to have peace, to have joy, you got to move. You got to ask for that joy. You got to move into the atmosphere where that is. And sometimes that you find that joy by being separated from everything that is not helping you grow. My students know this, and I will preach it and I will teach it until somebody prove me different. If it is not helping you grow, then it is time for you to let it go. It doesn't matter who or what it is. Sometimes you got to shift in order for you to see your next victory. I don't know about you, but being happy is a challenge in this day and time. Being free is a challenge in this time. But if you understand the process, sometimes we got to go through the fire just to get to the other side. I don't know about any of you. I don't understand sometimes where it seems like the last thing that you can think about is what I'm going to do the next moment, what the next second is going to be. Baby, can I tell you this? Can I be honest with you on this? Can I share this with you? It's time for you to understand that, look, when you can move mountains by yourself, then baby, because the Bible says I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Hello, that means I can do all things. The Bible said, for those Bible scholars who want to use the Bible against folks, let me help you understand this more effectively. The Bible says, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. See, that lets me know that there are some things that I have the capability to do. There's some things that he has given me the access to do, but it's up to me to do it. See, this is the thing. Thank you, Kay. The joy of the Lord is my strength, and they can't take it away. Can't nobody take it away at all. See, this is the thing. If you have the strength to do all things, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. I'm going to keep on saying it. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. You know why I can do all things? Because he gives me the strength to do. When I was laying on that bed of affliction, wasn't nobody laying in that bed but me, baby. Can I be honest with you? Even the knocks at the door, when my daughters would say, here, mommy, your food is at the door, because they couldn't come in my room. They could not get to me. But the joy of them fixing the food was not what was the strength. The joy of the strength of me was when God allowed me to get off the bed, to walk to the door, to bring the food to my bedside. So you got to understand that being happy, baby, comes in so many different forms. Don't allow your frenemies and your enemies, because you got frenemies and enemies. Let me just inform you. You got both on both sides of the river. Don't let your frenemies and your enemies hold you down. Don't allow them to sabotage your growth. Sometimes you got to move away from people, places, and things. Sometimes you do. Jesus, I'm going to go down into the boat. I'm going to lay down away from these jokers so that I can have my peace. Even if the enemy, because see, this is the thing. The devil going to be wherever you go anyway. Let me inform you of this. Good and evil are always present. That's what the Bible said. Whoa. Okay. Good and evil it's always present, y'all. So guess what? Even when Jesus did go on the mountain and he decided to go there. He decided to separate. So in this season, when I think about the 3 S's, and he says silence, for strategic plan for me to show up. Well, it was a strategic plan for him to go to the mountain. Why? Because he knew that there had to be a conversation with the adversary to let the adversary know that he don't win nothing. See, if that's the case, there are so many other different pieces of the puzzle. There's other different examples in the Bible that we can show why Jesus went off by himself to do works, to do some certain things. Because if he stuck around certain people, if he had been around certain people, they would have found fault in everything that he did. Let's look at some scriptures. I mean, you can actually go to the Bible and see where he said, you know what? I am better off. He brought the disciples together when there was time to teach them. give him further instruction. But sometimes he was by himself, baby. I don't know about you, but you know, he was by himself when he went to the cross. Now I know there was two people on the inside. I get that, y'all. I ain't crazy, but this is the thing. He made a decision. He stepped into that realm. But what happened? He went to the cross and he came back down, right? In a different form, right? So guess what? Being separated sometimes is the very peace that you need. That peace that passes all understanding. I don't know about you, but in this peace, in this level right now in your livelihood, sometimes the finding the joy, the strength that you need comes from so many different areas in so many different ways. Baby, let me just tell you, God is good. And he wants us to be happy in this place. And at all costs, you got to make things, you got to change how you view things. You got to see things from a different perspective. See, some of the things that you're holding on to has no value to where God is taking you to. It has no true concept, because you can read. See, people read the scriptures for one reason, and God is showing you something else. I don't care about what nobody say. I'm going to say this again. Hey, Stephanie Jefferson, thanks so much for joining. I don't care what nobody say. You got to take the word for what the word is. He has given us direction to understand it. He's given us the clarity that we need to see it in all aspects of our life. But if you are one-minded and single-minded, okay, I'm going to call them out. If you're single-minded, then that's the only way that you're going to see it. When you are single-minded, you are single-minded. I don't know about you. There's some people that I got to ask the question, when was the last time that you had an honest conversation with God about what you're saying? Or are you basing your opinion on other people's opinion? See, this is the thing. We all have one. Everybody has an opinion. This is the thing. But when it becomes an argument, then it means that it's not benefiting anybody. Know how to take your battles. Know when to fight your battles. Know when to engulf yourself with things that is going to empower you. Stop struggling over the stuff. How can you have fun? It's Fresh Cut Friday. How can I have fun in the midst of my storm? Stop talking to people that are not going to help you push. Baby, I don't remember, but then I do. When I was in that labor room, wasn't nobody pushing. My first one was by cesarean, but my second two were natural. Won't nobody in that room pushing them babies out but me. In one situation, my ex-husband wasn't even in the hospital. He was on the other side of the world doing what he was doing. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him at all, because I forgive. See, when you say you forgive, I forgive. It's taken me a long time to do the forget part, because I haven't found that part. But anywho, there wasn't anybody in the room pushing them babies with me. I don't care how many nurses and my doctor that was there. Didn't nobody do the pushing. But what after the push, baby, the excitement, the joy of my pushing was that beautiful babies that I gave birth to. So you got to understand that being happy through your storm. Oh, okay, guys. See, I need to preach that. Okay, being happy in your storm, baby. Can you be happy in your storm? I posted this the other day. What does your praise look like? Baby, can you be happy in your storm? There are some people that if we want to talk about scriptural things, there's some people in the Bible that they was walking into the fires, and they were still happy. Why? Because they came in contact with some other people. There were some other people with them that walked into the fire with them. That they walked in the fire with them, and when they got there, that's when So you got to seclude yourself away from the shenanigans in order to get where you need to be, where he is going to be. See, this is the thing. When they say, okay, what, you know what, we're going in the fire, baby. Misha, my fire brothers, they went into the fire to get away from the shenanigans of the people's conversation. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but maybe I'm just talking. Baby, in order for you to understand your joy, the strength of the Lord is, come on, y'all. Let me just tell you, once they got in the fire, they could have been consumed, but they were in the fire. They were at a place that was hard for them. They was at a place that could have consumed them. They was at a place where they could have not moved to their next level, baby. See, in the midst of the storm, in the midst of that fire that they were in, let me tell you, they was in there chilling, and Jesus showed up. Well, he was already there, y'all. Let's just be real. He was already there. See, sometimes you got to understand that you may not see what's on the other side of that fire until you get into the fire. I don't know about you. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining. I don't know about you, but there comes a time in a season, there's a place that we have to get to, that we got to understand. If you don't have the right people in your corner, if you don't have the right pushing system, you're going to be in the fire by yourself. But baby, again, let me encourage you. Let me help you understand that sometimes you just got to move away from the shenanigans of the world and be by yourself to go into your fire. My brothers, the fire brothers, they went because they were on one accord. See, if you ain't on one accord with some folks, you need to move. You need to have, as my daddy used to say, you need to have all that spirit. Sometimes you are with the wrong people that do not understand this fire experience that you in. There's some people that will never understand domestic violence because they never have experienced domestic violence. There's some people that will never understand what it's like to be broke because they have never been broke. I don't know about you, but there's something about being happy even in your storm. Baby, I had to learn in these last couple of years that, baby, I'm going to be happy at all costs. It may take it. Look, Lucy, let me just encourage you. Let me tell you that even in my storm, I gotta laugh because my passion is to help someone else push. See, you don't know who's watching you. And then see, then you got those other folks. You got them other folks that will walk with you until you see. Look, Lucy's. Sometimes being transparent is a good thing. And sometimes you need to shut it down and be quiet. Sometimes you got to see the other side of the river. Sometimes you got to understand that it is See, this is the thing. I don't know about you. I don't know who I'm talking to on the day. Hey, Deborah, thanks for joining. See, this is the thing. We as people got to understand that you ain't got the right people in your corner. They're not going to help you understand how you get your joy in your dark seasons. See, I got some people that's online right now that can tell you they've been with me in some places. They've said some things in my dark season. See, this is the thing with the 3 Hebrew boys. They got together and they still had to separate from all of the shenanigans. Baby, can you get 1 or 2 that's going to understand your pain and your fire experience? I don't know who I'm talking to today, but I want to encourage you today. You can still be happy. You just got to cut off the people, places, and things around you that do not understand your true fight. Yes. See, this is the thing. You may not have the right people in your corner that understands your true fight, that understands that what you're going through is greater. See, there's some of us that are, how do I want to say this? We're forerunners of the pain. We are forerunners of the pain so that you don't go through the same things that we have gone through. See, this is the thing. Even when I talked in the original book, Diva in Position, going through the storm, I was telling the people about the fire brothers and what they went through. There's stages of a storm that you got to know who's in your corner, baby. How many of you have listened to the weather report and the weatherman was all wrong? You know why? Because he didn't have the right people in his corner or their corner that knew the real fight. See, this is the thing. In this season, you got to fight You got to move expeditiously. And sometimes that requires you to separate from people, places, and things that do not understand this fight that you're in. Baby, the battle is not yours, it is the Lord. But baby, you still got to fight even in the battle. Hello. Even if it's not for you, you still got to fight. Why? Because you have been appointed, you've been assigned for this season. But in this season, you still got to find your joy. You still got to find your peace. There's some situations that you keep walking back into because you've decided that that's the only thing that you can do. Baby, when I decided that this fight, this battle right here, I got to put the dukes up on, it's because I am fighting for somebody who do not have the strength. The Bible says he will put no more on us than we can bear. You know why that is? Because there's somebody that's sitting beside you on that pew every Sunday that cannot, that cannot understand how to get through. But God said, I put you in the place. I put you in the front of them so that you can see, baby, you can still be. You can be in your fire experience, but you can still move some things. You can still shout on the other side. Baby, can I tell you in this season? I don't know about you, but baby, I'm telling you. See, this is the thing. I feel like going on. That's the song that we used to sing. That's the song that we should be singing. I feel like going on. Why? Because you may not understand it, but at the back, oh God, oh God, oh God. At the end of the day, see, I had told the publisher that I wasn't going to go forward with the reprinting of the book. But you know what? I just heard God say, you got to go by yourself. You got to do it anyway. You still got to reprint that book. Why? Because the fire experience. People talk about you shouldn't be separated. You should. Why? If I'm going to be separated, I'm going to be I'm going to be in the pool with some people that understand the reason why I'm in it. Baby, some of us need to find that our joy is in the Lord. Yes, there's some things that we all have desire from. Somebody said to me this morning, said, I thank you for your prayers, but we need them. Check, mic check. Hello, mic check. Let me tell you, all of us can say that. I don't know any person in the world that ain't going through something, even if it's behind the scenes, baby. Because some folks don't tell it all. Hello, how you doing? At the end of the day, we all need prayer. Mike, keep doing your show because all people need prayer. Mike does an amazing program where he gets on there and he prays for folks. See, this is the thing. Stop acting like you the only one that's got an answer. Because, baby, you ain't the only one got an answer. You are not the only one that's got an answer. God has placed all of us here for a reason. We all have a specific assignment. Sometimes we just need to be reminded. Sometimes you just got to be reminded of what that assignment is. Baby, I am Victoria Elevates. Elevated, not tolerated, means to rise above anything and everything that has held us down and caused us to feel inadequate. But baby, with you and I together, we're going to rise above that. But baby, if I can't be with you, I'm going to tell you that it's time for us to be empowered, embraced, and educated, to be elevated and not tolerated. But baby, sometimes it's about you separating from those people who do not even understand what that means. Like, okay, God, I hear you. So you got to understand that some people have never had an experience that they didn't find their own way of getting out of it, so they thought. Can I be real with you? Everybody, ain't nobody perfect. Hello. Everybody got skeletons in their closet. Everybody got them. But guess what? It depends on how God wants you to use those skeletons. Wait a minute, Kay. I just saw something in the atmosphere. You got to understand that, these bones, dry bones, these bones, dry bones, them dry. And then the foot bones connected to the ankle bone. The ankle bone's connected to Do y'all remember that? As children, we sung these songs when we was in school because they were teaching us certain scientific things. But when you put all of these bones together, Asha, when you put all of it together, the joy that it brings. See, this is the thing. We got too many people trying to outdo each other instead of working together. Right? Okay, God, I hear you. See, this is the thing. If you don't know what's on my plate, can you serve me? There's some of you need to go in your refrigerator and have a good cleansing out of your refrigerator because you got the wrong things in your refrigerator. And I'm talking about the refrigerator of your mind, the refrigerator of your body, the refrigerator. Because see, you put things in the refrigerator to keep it, and you keep it cold. So this is the thing. This is what God just heard God say. Y'all excuse me. No, don't excuse me. I just heard this. He said there's a lot of people that can have an refrigerator experience. But sometimes you might just need to put it on the burner and let it get somewhere. Some of us are still having what we a refrigerator experience. You put in dead stuff in the refrigerator and you keep in there. It's time for you to take it out of the refrigerator and get some fresh meat, get some fresh blood, because some of the things that you learned 20 years ago don't apply now. It just doesn't. I'm sorry to inform you, but some of the things that you did 20 years ago don't work. You're trying to reach people, but you're using the same tactics that you used 20 years ago to reach them. And guess what? It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work, y'all. It ain't going to work. Put your hands together. Put your feet on the floor. Let the Holy Ghost move from the pulpit to the door. Let's have. Do y'all remember that? Y'all see, y'all ain't got no real saints in here. I ain't got no older saints in here with me. See this? Put your head. We were saying, put our hands together. Wait a minute. You want us to put our hands together to do what? To force the enemy to get out. See, the reason why your refrigerator is not producing what it needs to produce is because some things you got in your refrigerator is dead. Some of you are having a refrigerator experience. You kind of keep something and keep it cold. Why do you want to have it cold? I like my meat cooked good, and I don't want to eat nobody's cold hamburger. Hamburger, for those of you that need to be talked to properly. I don't want a cold hamburger. What they gonna do? I want a hot meal. I don't want a cold meal. I eat a salad because it enhances the meal. Ooh. Oh, come on, Kay. If it's y'all gotta understand, it's this simple. Your refrigerator experience. Some of y'all have a refrigerator experience. Ooh, see, thank you, Kay. See, this is the thing. We've been reading that same scripture one way, and that's the only way we're gonna take it. Why? Because you don't want. Okay. The CEO that's over my life says this is a reason why some of y'all ain't moving. You call yourself seasoned saints because you just sit on a pew. And you've been there for so long. You've been sitting on the pew in the way. Can you move over? Because you're cold and you're freezing everything that I've connected to. I don't need you to. I don't need no death experience, baby. All right. So check this out. I want to say this before I get off because I've got some people that have sent me some messages. And so I want to say this. Yes, I posted that Victoria Elevates is helping 3 families. 3 families that are in financial need. 3 families that have children. And so this might seem funny to some people, but it is what it is. Sometimes you got to take yourself out the equation because you might be going through hell and high water, and there may be somebody that is drowning. they're drowning. So I am helping 3 families. Yeah, I might be going through my own storm, my own hell, because of people, places, and things. Kay, stop messing. Kay, stop messing. Stop messing, Kay. So this is the thing. I am helping some families. We need your help. I need your help. I need. See, y'all be singing these songs. Y'all better know what y'all sing. See, some of y'all people that sing songs, you need to go back and listen. You need to see the lyrics. We're all a part of God's body. Some of y'all, I can't tell what body you're a part of. Some of you, you make promises and you don't follow through, which causes other people to have to pick up the slack. But I'm working with 3 families that I'm trying to help not to be evicted out of their homes because they have children. I'm trying to help these 3 families that are financially stressed. And I protect people because I know what it's like to be in that place. Not to know where your next meal is coming from, not to know where your next how you gonna pay that light bill, and how you gonna pay your phone bill. I mean, you know what I'm saying? God bless me. Somebody paid my phone bill yesterday. To God be the glory. At the last minute. Hello, how you doing? And somebody said, well, but you the coach. Yeah, I got bills just like you do. Because some of y'all don't pay for the coach. You want it free. But anywho, I am helping these 3 families. We do need your help. These families are looking at eviction in some cases. These families have bills that are far behind, and we're trying to we Victoria Elevates, along with all of our collaborators, are trying to help these families. So please, if you can contribute, inbox me. I will give you the contact information on how you can pay directly. But in the meantime, why don't you just go ahead and sign up for one of my classes? Why don't you sign up for the positive self-building class? We're talking about building positive relationships. When we talk about building positive relationships, that means that we can help our brothers and our sisters not to fall by the wayside, because we're teaching them. We're helping them grow. See, we're going to start talking about this refrigerator. Okay. I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but next week is it next week, God? We're going to start talking about the table. See, but you can't serve somebody dead food that's been in the refrigerator. Why would you sell me? Okay, can I give you a hint of what we're going to be talking about when we're talking about the table? You can't serve me. You can't tell me that you want to help me grow, but you're serving me doubt. He prepares a table for me in the presence of my enemies. Why did he do that? Let me tell you why he did that. Because he wants you to see what's on their plate that you're not going to eat. What? What you mean by that, preacher? Well, I can only give it to you the way God gave it to me, and you can check it anytime you want to. Next week we're gonna start talking about that table, because some of y'all getting ready for the holidays and y'all getting ready to let the table be spread and all that kind of stuff. But you're serving some dead weight. You're serving in discrepancies. You are serving people with fear. You're serving people by saying that, of self-doubt. You're serving people with what else I want to say? It's in your refrigerator. I'm looking at different things that can be dead in the refrigerator. Butter can turn into to certain different things. Baby, what's on the plate? What's on your plate? You can't serve me. I can't eat with the same thing that you eat. I'm a diabetical. I can't eat everything that you eat because I am a diabetical. Come on, help me, somebody. Help me, Kay. Help me, Mike. Help me. Help me, Lord. Help me. See, this is the thing. I can't eat everything that you eat. Some people are serving food that's going to poison people, causing them to have what you call it, that bad stomach thing when you eat the wrong food. Some of you don't have the authority to serve anybody, anything, and you need to move out the way. Move out the way. I'm just saying, move out of someone else's way. Okay. Oh, child. Serving the okay. Don't. I was gonna say, what's that? What you call it? Goul. You know, people used to make goulash, and goulash used to be good. But guess what? Goulash ain't good for everybody. Mm-mm. I'm gonna need you to come and sit. I'm gonna need for you to come and sit with me on this topic. This topic will probably be aired. Oh God, can I say that? It's gonna be aired double because we're gonna go in depth in one portion, and then on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, we're gonna give you tidbits. God, that is good. Can we do it that way? Oh, I'm sorry. Look, y'all, today is Friday. It's Fresh Cut Friday. I need you to freshly cut away from some things and have some fun. My positive self-building class is we're still taking students. If you haven't registered for the class, you might want to go ahead and sign up because tomorrow morning at 8:45, we're gonna get in there. We're gonna talk about some things because guess what? We got to be consistent. And I know your schedules are full. I know that you're feeling some kind of way, but I'm telling you, the positive self-building class, building positive relationship is going to open up your minds to so many different things. To so many different things. When I tell you that it's important that you understand, you got to understand. Somebody just said, Kate, if you don't stop now, stop, Kate, stop. They got to come back now. So this is the thing. When I tell you that it's time for us to be able to understand some things, we're getting ready to take the class to a next level with the studies. Um, yeah, I'm gonna put that in there. Somebody asked me to do that. This is my cash out. If you want to help those 3 families, feel free to cash out me, and the money goes directly to them. It goes to empower them. It goes to give them life. Like I said, some of these families are facing eviction. These people are facing the lights being cut off. You know, we talk about being a part of the community. So there you have it. There's my cash out. I will send the money directly to the families and they will do what they have to do. See, this is the thing. You can't empower, embrace, and educate someone to be elevated, not tolerated, and not contribute or invest. See, I even made it easy. I gave you a double. Gave you a double portion. You could sign up on my classes, and these people will get a portion of about 50% of it. They're going to get that portion that's going to help them. You don't understand unless you've never been. I've been homeless, baby. It ain't a fun thing, and especially in the cold. It is not. And these are people with families, with children. It ain't no fun thing to be out in the cold in any season. It's not even conducive. That is not the way God has planned us. If you have the means to help somebody, why don't you do it? Don't tell me you're gonna pray for me and you got $500, $5 million. I ain't gonna say 500 because 500 ain't a whole lot these days. But you got money sitting in an account and you saying, "Oh, I'm praying for you." Okay, first of all, follow God. If God tells you just to pray, then you just pray. But please, please, sometimes be careful how you handle that information to other people. I'm gonna get off of that because I know I hear what God's saying, but sometimes when you're trying to help people, you have to ask God to help you choose your words because people that are suffering don't need to be reminded that they're suffering. Trust me, they got that down pat. Baby, when I was homeless and then I had a car, my homelessness, I was sleeping in my car. Now, if I could be home, if I go that route again, I don't have a car, so I'm just saying. So be careful how you say stuff to people because if God has placed you in a person's life to be a blessing, if God has put you in a person's life to be a blessing. Let me say it again. If God has put you, because people say blame, they be telling lies. I'm sorry, I can put my spectacles on. Look, people be lying on God as much as they lie on the devil. Check this out. If you say God has put you in somebody's life to do something, and you say, "Well, and you still don't do it, that's disobedience. Can I just be honest with you? That's disobedience, first of all. Because if God told you to do something, he intended you for to do it. So I'm just saying, be careful how you say certain things to people, because sometimes people are struggling. They're struggling just to hold on to their integrity. They're struggling just to hold on to some things. If you've never been homeless, let me just tell you what can happen in shelters. If you're homeless, sometimes first of all, you got a cot, right? And that's all you got. That's all you got is a cot. Sometimes that's all you got. Okay, so check this out. There's no personal area for you, right? So being homeless is not good. And being homeless with children, show lane. Being a cold show lane, cool with no babies. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So be careful what you say. If you say God put you in somebody's spirit to help them, then do that. Even if it's a 50-cent piece. Baby, do you know 50 cents can go a long way when you ain't got nothing? Take it from me. I can take, you can't see me, but I was pointing my fingers. Take it from me. 50 cents will go a long way when you ain't got nothing. Okay? So if you want to join the Positive Self-Building course, if you want to join the Christmas coaching sessions, the flyers are out there. We're having an event on January the 20th here in High Point, North Carolina. I'm in Greensboro, but we're going to travel over to High Point, North Carolina. Oh, somebody corrected me and said I put my cash up there wrong. Y'all know I can't see without my glasses, y'all. All right, so let me try this again. Okay, can you double check me if you're still out there? Because I'm trying to. That's the correct. I can't even spell my own name. That tells you I need glasses real bad. That is the correct one. So please make sure you put the in there correctly. It's $ Victoria M Holland. That is my cash app. If you desire to do it by PayPal, we can give you the information as well. But join the Positive Self-Building course. Building positive relationship. Come to the Beauty and the Beast, Beauty or Beast Unveiled, Revisited. Come to that workshop. That masterclass gonna blow your mind. I promise you. Sign up for the Christmas coaching sessions. Sign up for that, my friends. If you sign up for that, proceeds of that goes to these families that we're helping, 3 families. So join us. Now, I won't see you until Sunday, but we'll continue to post. So on Sunday, if you have not seen the flyer, we are doing Uncensored Conversation with Elevated Not Tolerated at 7 o'clock. The topic is going to be before, during, and after COVID. And we're talking about what happened into the church. And we're going to be talking about different things. Were we prepared? What did we do? What did we learn as a church community? Because the church is a resource. And sometimes the church has... Oh, I'm so sorry. I was about to say something ugly. Sometimes we... Okay, can I say this? Sometimes we drop the boat. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all didn't want me to say that, but I got to say it. Sometimes, some of it, sorry. I'm trying to get this off of here. Somebody said they're trying to send it one way. But in some cases we did drop the boat. And so we want to make sure that if you come on Sunday night, we're going to be talking about what does it look like with COVID, before, during, and after, as far as the church went. What were some things that we learned as a community to better serve the people? Because there were some things that I'm a part of the church. There were some things that we missed out. We didn't have there's some churches that are still old school and they didn't have a computerized system with everybody's name in it and knew how to get in touch with Brother Sally and Deacon John that was sitting on the side of the street. Some people, you still don't have that system. I'm just going to be honest. Some of y'all still ain't. Some of y'all got the system, but you still didn't look at it and you haven't updated it. I'm just being honest. But these are some of the things that we're going to talk about. What does it look like? We will talk a little bit about, what doing live e-church and what was the advantages to that and how that helped, because it's both pros and cons to all conversation. But part of the conversation is so that we can all come together and be able to commune together and understand together, right? So join us on Sunday at 7 o'clock. I don't have any, Mike, Kay, Carrie, I don't have any ministers signed up yet. None of the leaders want to talk to me. I don't know why. But if you have a desire, if you know somebody who will be interested in talking with us on the show about this very particular topic, then tell them to go ahead and sign in on Sunday night at 7 o'clock. We put the link out there for people to be able to do so. So, guys, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun to be with you all today. So as we tap out until we see you on Sunday night, have a great day. Make sure you continue to share, care, and like this video. Make sure you share, care, and like the post about helping these 3 families. We love you. We want you to continue to do what you do. But until then, I want you to remain elevated, not tolerated. And we will see you Sunday at 7.